We are going to be filming Robert Stivers interview number 2. Today we're talking about Star Wars. Obviously we're not in the car yet. We're about to be in the car. But I thought I'd start the video out here because I want to get my ranking out of the way, I think. While Robert has his ranking that we will be talking about momentarily, I'm going to talk my ranking fairly quickly. In particular order. I think typically sometimes you do rankings in no particular order, but this time there's a particular order. For me, my favorite Star Wars ranked at number 1, Episode 9, Rise of Skywalker. Very divisive and divisive, I hear. Some people love it. Not many people love it. Most people hate it. But yes, number 9 is my first favorite. That's how that goes. That's how the cookie crumbles, as they say. It's warm in here. Start the car! So yeah, do you have... This is Robert.
Hi.
I apologize, we got cut off. Oh, the reason why I have a sticker on my phone? Just because my wife had stickers on her phone, and I wanted to be just like her. So yeah, Episode 9 is my favorite. Robert Stivers, do you have a number 1 Star Wars?
I'll say either The Last Jedi or Empire Strikes Back.
Oh, see, my mom, even though she's not being interviewed, my mom really likes Episode 4, but she doesn't call it Episode 4. She calls it Star Wars, because that's what it was called when she watched it. Do you have any particular reason why? So, you have 2 favorites. You have Empire Strikes Back and Last Jedi.
Right. Empire Strikes Back, because, well, that's just the interesting reveal, and...
That's right.
And let's see what else.
That's interesting about Last Jedi, because I hear a lot of people don't like it because it was such a departure from all of the other Star Wars.
People complain, The Force Awakens, it's a plot point remake of A New Hope. It's too Star Warsy. You should do something, and then they don't know what it was like. It's not enough Star Wars.
Right.
You can't have it both ways, people.
Right. That was everyone's big complaint. They were like, "What is this Star Wars with Rian Johnson?" I really liked Episode 8. In my ranking, Episode 8 ranks 5th. So I ranked it 1 through 9, and I forgot about Rogue One and Solo. I added those in later, but Episode 8 ranked 5th for me. I really enjoyed the newest trilogy. Do you have a favorite trilogy? Obviously, you have the original trilogy, I guess you call it.
Yes.
The Lucas trilogy, even though he didn't direct all of those, I don't think.
Yes.
And then you have the prequels, and then the squeakquels. I think Alvin and the Chipmunks coined that term. Because it was like Alvin and the Chipmunks 2, the squeakquel.
Yes.
Do you have a favorite trilogy? Because I think I know my answer.
The original.
You think so?
But maybe that was because I was younger when I first saw it.
Right. And what's interesting is typically, and I've heard this about Doctor Who, your first Doctor is your favorite Doctor. So when I started watching Doctor Who, which I don't watch it anymore, my first Doctor was Matt Smith, which I don't know what number Doctor he was. I think he was 11th or something. But he's my favorite Doctor. So I think your first trilogy is your favorite trilogy. However, I have to say my favorite trilogy is the sequel trilogy. 7, 8, 9. Just because it's such a crazy... Just a crazy, not normal Star Wars.
Then you'll probably hate to hear that there's rumors that they might be at least striking from the cannon 8 and 9.
Well, that's
at the very
funny.
least.
Well, yeah, 9 is very funny because how is Palpatine alive? But that's interesting. I really enjoyed the prequel trilogy because that was my first trilogy when I started watching Star Wars. I remember going to the the episode premiere of Episode 3. That was 2005. Do you know how old I was in 2005?
10.
I was 10 years old. My dad fell asleep. We were in the very front row. It was midnight.
Wow.
So, can you imagine just this close watching Anakin become Darth Vader? That's great. All right, well, you can outro.
No!
That's very true. I don't know why they did that.
And then they went and reused it later in Return of the Jedi in like one of the Blu-ray editions.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, that was silly. But anyways, thanks so much for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the Robert Stivers interview number 2. If you have questions or topics you'd like us to talk about, please leave them in the comments below. Thanks, Robert. Hope you have a great day.
Like, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Peace.
Later.